When we think about hazardous materials, one of the things we need to remember is that we can encounter them in a number of places. If you work for a company that sells hazardous materials, you can find them out on a delivery truck or in storage facilities like tanks and warehouses. If your facility uses hazardous materials, you can find them on trucks arriving at the loading dock, and of course, in various locations where manufacturing, maintenance, or research is being performed. If your company is involved in transportation, you may encounter hazardous materials on trucks, railroad cars, ships, even in pipelines. No matter what your job description is, warning indicators, such as labels, are one of the best ways to determine whether or not you are handling hazardous materials. Hazardous materials are divided into 9 different classes. Each class has its own specific label. These labels are used on boxes and other containers to identify both the primary and secondary hazards of the material inside. Hazard class labels are meant to attract attention. They are diamond-shaped and must measure at least 100 millimeters, that's 3.9 inches, on each side. Each hazard class has its own symbol, which must appear in the top corner of the diamond. Labels must also be a specific color and have the hazard class number at the bottom of the diamond. You may also see placards with these same symbols on things such as trucks and rail cars that are carrying large quantities of hazardous materials. Because placards are meant to be seen when they are in motion, they are bigger than labels. Placards must measure at least 273 millimeters, that's 10.75 inches, on each side. In addition, placards must only show information that describes the shipment. Messages like "Drive safely" and "Have a nice day" are no longer allowed to appear on placards and placard holders. Specific hazard information, such as additional handling precautions and prohibitions, can sometimes also be found in other markings on the outside of packages and containers. Other types of markings are important too. Labels such as "Cargo Aircraft Only" or "This End Up" serve notice that a specific type of handling is required. Make sure that you take note of all the labels and markings on a container and take the precautions that they indicate are necessary.